Hey guys, Brenda from Stellar Evolution Designs here. Hope you're all staying home and staying well. I'm looking to do a project today, quick one, so that I can do other projects. It involves ironing, of course. So I'm jumping back into sewing some projects here, little quilt squares, if you will, crazy quilt squares, some supernatural themed ones. How beautiful is that, right? And some other random horrific ones, although Jack Skellington's not all that horrific. And using them as things like coasters, I have in mind fronts for bag flaps and stuff. As I'm getting back into the sewing, since we've moved, I'm in my new sewing space. It's awesome. So that has been all set up, except I don't have room for a full-size ironing board. Because I have so many sewing machines, etc. I'll give you a tour of my shop later. So today, I do have a tiny little sewing board I picked up, which is perfect for my doll sewing, so that's awesome, but a little too small to do the big blocks on. I have the sleeve sewing board every seamstress tailor kind of has, and I haven't re-padded it or anything. I usually just use a pressing cloth, space themed of course, on top of that one, and that's kind of been working for me to fold over and do the seams on the back of the quilt squares, but it's still lacking when I want to press something flatter and bigger than that. So we're gonna try making a pressing board that is a little bit bigger, and I can keep here. I'm right now at the edge of my sewing desk, so I've got a corner desk. Sewing machine is this way. And we are going to use some towels, old towels that I got here. I've cut myself a 20-inch long piece of board, and we're gonna do some layers and put some fabric over top of it. So I thought I'd share with you guys in case anyone was thinking of doing this for themselves, or a little project space. Of course, you could make it smaller, like a 12-inch square. But yeah, I'm just trying to fit it right on the edge of my desk so my iron can come over here. I'm a lefty, so I like to iron here, move it to the machine, and then move my finished stuff along to the very far right side. Nice little work in order that way. So hold on, I will be back after I cut these towels to size. We are going to do both front and back padded so that I could flip it over if I wanted. And I think I'm going to be a little bit lazy about this, but also smart, because after you iron for a long time, the cloth does get dirty, or say if you have fusible fleece that has a sticky side, you might iron it to your ironing board. That's never happened before or anything. So you may want to replace it. So we're actually going to make it like kind of a pillowcase that will go over top. And hopefully that will allow us to change it off or add a new cover as well. So hold tight. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so welcome to my cutting table. It's the other corner of the room, not quite as well lit. So I brought my board over here. I've cut the band part off one side of my towel, so that's this part. It does hold it together a bit and will give you wrinkles, so snip that part off. I've done it to this other side down here. One thing I saw that someone did, I do not have any since we just moved, I can't find my cotton batting, which I'd love to put on this. I also do not have, or cannot run out to the store to get the insulated batting that has the little piece of metal in it they use for like oven mitts and things that way that you're going to use with hot stuff. I did see someone adding some tin foil to their wood first, and we're just using the glue to kind of hold it, like suction it in place. So we're going to give that a try. We're going to put a shiny side up, so not the dull side. And thankfully, it is also a perfect 12-inch wide size this way. To look, I got glue everywhere. Lately, I've been very messy at projects and somewhat clumsy, so we're going to try not to have any blood show up on this show, on this video. shouldn't be too bad. But just flattening it down just help hold it in place. We're gonna wrap it around the edges. And that will just help keep, I use a lot of steam while I am pressing, because it's usually cotton material that needs a little extra help getting all the wrinkles out. So here we're just trying to press air out towards the side, start in the middle, press it out. We are then gonna flip her over and do the same on this side, but we'll put these edges over. So I'm all about using stuff you have at home and stuff you might thrift. So through this time with all stores closed, I've been super missing actually getting out and thrifting. And I guess it was a big part of hobby for me, or some of my hobbies, or making some of my hobbies. So I don't know if anyone else has been missing making stuff out of things they find at the thrift store. You can comment and say what was usually the thing you like to find. For me, it's usually craft supplies and like laces and stuff, or just weird material. You'll be able to find that, and also like organizing. I don't want to say utensils, but holders and things. Although I've been finding mugs have been really useful that I have at home. So like, no one needs that much latte, right? So I find it's great to hold my rulers, big gigantic scissors, measuring tools. So I actually have liked using some of those because we had tons of mugs when we moved, and we moved to a kind of smaller kitchen, and found we did not need that many mugs for just two of us humans living in this house, the hubby and me. So we'll put a little more glue on this side just to stick her down. I'm not worried about the edges on the top or bottom. And again, this is like helps protect the wood with that steam. I kind of got off topic there a little bit. And it's often why I go through ironing boards quite a lot. I find I will rust them out because I'm just ironing so much. I've thought of getting like a pressing iron board, but I've not had many great reviews, and I don't want to spend too much cashola on it when I have found a normal iron kind of works just fine for me. I haven't had too many issues. Okay, done making a mess here. So we have that all tin-foiled up, protecting ourselves from things. So now I'm going to cut this material, the towel material, and I actually have two towels. Hi folks, Brenda back here. Yeah, so teeny accident with cutting. It's just not my week. But anyway, back to our project of ironing board or pressing board. So got our towels cut to the size we want, just doing a zigzag stitch along the edges. And go on from there. So just down the sides. I always like to trim off my strings. I keep a little can beside my sewing machine, neat freak like that. So now I just sewed both sides, one side, other side. And now you can go put it onto your board, and then you'll be able to flip it out over top of it. Okay, so back at our cutting board with little Mr. Finger here. I will be more careful this time. So I already put one little towel pillowcase over our pillow. We do have a little extra portion here of our flap. But what I think I'm going to do is kind of fold it over, put our second towel pillowcase over this side. So kind of just putting it over one edge and sliding it on over. It's already over the other edge and sliding it over this side. And this is how I put my pillows on my pillowcases on my pillows. The husband's like, what? I never seen anyone do it that way before. I worked in hotel cleaning for a little while. They don't do it like that because their pillows are super nice and soft and firm. Our pillows at home are totally not like hotel pillows. And you can just like put them in the sleeve and shake them out. But I don't know, I was always taught to turn your pillowcase inside out, grab the corners, and then slide them in, which also works. So just like we've built this second towel pillowcase to go over, I'm going to do the same thing with my quilting cotton that I want to put over top of this to look nice and clean. And because I'm a geek, I decided to go with some Doctor Who TARDIS fabric. That's what we're going to put on. Most fabrics are kind of 44 inches, so hopefully we'll be able to make a nice sleeve. And the sleeve I'm going to make, instead of sewing the sides here, I'm going to attempt sewing sides here so I can slide it on like a long pillowcase, and that will help close up this bottom edge so it isn't always so floppy down here. It'll just fold in kind of nice and neat. And I will just have an edge here that I could either tack with a staple gun if I wanted. I also have, you could use like little upholstery furniture nails if you wanted. I'm undecided on that yet. So yeah, we'd just be putting our board here down with the fabric the right side up. So if you're not into measuring things, it's kind of an easy-ish project. I do have some room for squishing fabric on the sides. As you can see, we're just getting to the edge of our fabric here. I'm still gonna give it a go. Lay this down. I think I will give myself an extra inch on either side for some seam allowance and for some tucking of fabrics in here. So that'll be generous. And that way we'll get to be able to slide it on. And then, like I said, idea would be to be able to slide it off if it got dirty, if I glued some interfacing to it, or if I want to give it a walk along the top across the bottom, not the sides this time, because I'm going to change the orientation of my pressing board pillowcase. We're thinking of it like a pillowcase. So I'm going to go and do that. We're still going to zigzag this guy. It's going to be a bit of a longer zigzag, so you might get a bit of might get shaken up a little bit. Okay, same thing for the other side. Okay, moment of truth. we've got our bundled up green pressing board with the towels on top of it. We're going to take our pillowcase and again probably do a little tuck. These ones similar to like put together a little present, tuck that little corner in there. And then we'll take our, sorry it was really close guys, pillowcase and put on one corner, pillowcase on the other corner, and we're just going to work it down the sides and tucking in the towel as we go. So we do want the towel to be fairly smooth underneath. Pull out the little corners. Give it a little shimmy down. And same thing, just tucking as you're moving pillowcase down the cutting board, or sorry, pardon me, pressing board. Of course, you could layer it up batting underneath this, cotton batting. You don't want anything that would go on fire. That would not be good. So we used all cotton. Same with our towels. And then give it a little smooth out. Of course, you can't iron it just yet. Okay, so we've got heat reflecting with the aluminum foil as the first layer. We put 2 towels around it to protect it as well and make a like nice flat surface, firm but a little soft. And put on top covering of your choice. If you love pugs, by all means, get a pug's fabric, put it on there. I'm a geek, so of course I put geeky fabric on, and I will have it beside me because I love to press and sew at the same time. And at the end, I think I'm going to leave it open so that if I need to wash it, I can easily take it off and wash it. If someone wanted to do something where it's a little more firm, I guess, and keep it on there full time, or you're traveling with it, you could tack it down. We said our upholstery tacks would do a good job. But yeah, otherwise, I'm very pleased with this. Hopefully, if you give it a try, let me know how it goes in the comments, or send me some pictures. I'm on Instagram at Stellar Evolution Designs, so you can hashtag me there. And yeah. Happy sewing during this time. Bye. Hey, always be careful. Those fingers. Don't do this. No good. Always have band-aids in your sewing room. Tip number 27.